If you're trying to figure out how to price your first client, you're asking the wrong question. The question should be, what is that client worth to you for your future? A lot of people starting out price things based on emotion, through fear that they're overcharging, they're going to potentially lose this client or potential client because of the cost. Or in a lot of cases, people are overpricing simply because they saw a video on TikTok and some knob told them to. But please don't believe all the hype you see online. It's not about charge what you're worth, bro, work free for exposure. It's a business. You're doing it because you need to earn a living. And what you've got to remember at the start of your journey, you don't have any proof. You have no leverage. You don't have any processes in place. You don't have the speeds to be able to turn the stuff around quickly. So really the pricing can't reflect on your expertise yet because you don't have any. And that's not self-criticism, that's the market reality. I suppose when I started pricing, the sweet spot that I found was going to the point where you're just borderline uncomfortable with charging that much, but not enough that you're going to give your potential client paralysis. You know, do your market research, the same you would in any industry. If the going rate for what you're offering is £800, £900 a month, then do it for £5. But most importantly, define the scope of what you are offering. Be very clear with what they are going to get for their money. Don't be vague. I'll manage your social media. I'll create your social media content. I will film and edit and deliver 3 videos. Simple, clear. Boundaries that you set early in the relationship will protect you later down the line. And the thing to remember is you're not stuck with these silly low prices for the rest of your life. Once you've got a few clients, a few testimonials, that social proof, that proof of what you're capable of, then you can charge the market rate. How you can charge what you'd like to. If the client's happy with it, go for it. And once you've got all that hard graft out of the way and the clients start coming to you, and they will, then you can start pricing for outcomes rather than service in your time. And when you're in that position, that's when things get exciting, because that's when you can start talking about retainers. And a retainer system is where someone basically signs up to you for a number of months, sometimes longer, and you set a pre-agreed monthly cost, a pre-agreed monthly set of deliverables, and you are tied to that business, and that business is tied to you for the duration of that retainer. Is the commitment of it scary? Yeah, in ways, yeah. And that is the most important time to get your pricing right, because once you're tied in, you're tied in. You can't get 2 months further, 3 months further down the line and think, I can't carry on doing all this work for that price I quoted, because you're committed to it. And I get it. It's scary, because you've got to start quoting these numbers to potential clients for retainer systems, and sometimes they're big numbers. It's scary saying them out loud, but each time you do, you're almost training your nervous system, because it's important that you're giving your client value, but it's also important that the client sees the value that you're giving them. And therefore, if the price you quote scares them, then they're not understanding the full value of what you're offering. And a very, very, very big question in the space is, should you ever work for free? And in my eyes, working for free is okay, but I try and only ever do it around 4 core values. The client has a serious audience. You get complete control of how that video or content is used. In return, you get a testimonial and a complete case study on how that project has helped evolve that client's business. And only if it's a strategic decision, you never ever do it out of desperation. I suppose the biggest takeaway from all of this, and this is something you need to remember, you do not price your clients based on what you're worth. You price them based on what you want to become. And I believe that is a thought worth subscribing. See you in the next one.